My dear friends, throughout my life, I have often asked myself, why are there people who don't seem particularly talented or brilliant, yet wherever they go, they are loved, respected, and surrounded by good fortune, as if blessings naturally follow them? While others, who work tirelessly, never stop striving, seem to encounter one obstacle after another, as if life is constantly testing them. Is this simply destiny, or is there a deeper secret hidden beneath it all? The more I observe and experience, the clearer one truth becomes, a truth recognized by science, spirituality, and even ancient wisdom. Every one of us carries within a unique form of energy, and the quality of that energy determines what we attract into our lives. When that energy is pure and clear, blessings naturally find their way to us. But when it becomes clouded or chaotic, no matter how hard we try, the path ahead feels heavier and more difficult. Imagine your personal energy as a flowing stream of water. A clear stream reflects sunlight, nourishes plants, and brings life to all beings. But once that water becomes polluted, it not only loses its beauty, but can also breed harm. Humans are no different. Pure energy shines and nourishes others, while negative energy, like murky water, spreads discomfort and unrest. What's fascinating is that this energy isn't something abstract or mystical. It exists in every thought, every word, every action. When you smile sincerely at someone, you emit positive energy. When you practice gratitude even in hardship, you're nurturing purity within. But when you allow envy, anger, or suspicion to dominate your mind, your energy becomes toxic, and you begin to attract unwanted circumstances. Modern science has already proven that everything in the universe is energy, including us. Our emotions vibrate at different frequencies. Love, gratitude, and peace resonate at high frequencies, while fear, anger, and resentment vibrate low. And according to the principle of resonance, like attracts like. Psychology calls this the mirror effect. The outer world reflects your inner state. In spiritual terms, it's the karma of the mind. What you plant in thought, you will harvest in reality. Perhaps you've noticed this in your own life. There are days when your heart feels light, free of resentment, and full of goodwill. On those days, everything seems to flow effortlessly. And then there are times when your mind is filled with frustration or anxiety, and for some reason, unpleasant events pile up one after another. This isn't coincidence. It's the natural law of energy in motion. The important thing to understand is that pure energy doesn't arise by chance. It's cultivated daily through how we think and how we live. It doesn't come from pretty words or superficial gestures. It comes from the harmony between the heart and the mind, rooted in goodness. Once this energy is sustained, it forms a protective field around you, shielding you from negativity and drawing in the best of life. In today's world, we are surrounded by countless things that can contaminate our energy. Work stress, toxic relationships, social media full of bad news. If we don't cleanse ourselves regularly, that heaviness accumulates and blessings drift away. Because blessings, whether in the form of luck, opportunity, or help, need fertile soil to grow. Pure energy is that fertile soil. So how do we recognize the current state of our energy? How do we purify it? And how do we keep it clean amid life's constant challenges? And most importantly, once our energy becomes pure, how do we expand and radiate it so that blessings don't just visit us once, but become a natural part of our lives? That is the journey I want us to walk together in the next chapters of this reflection. We'll explore the roots, understanding what pure energy truly is, what pollutes it, and practical ways to keep our inner energy clear and powerful. Because I believe that when each of us maintains purity within, we don't just bless ourselves. We bring peace and light to everyone around us. To truly purify our energy, we must first understand what it means. Many people think of it as something abstract or mystical, tied only to spirituality. But in truth, pure energy has both scientific foundations and timeless philosophical roots. From a scientific point of view, pure energy is the state in which our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors are free from heavy negativity. It's the internal harmony you feel when your mind is calm, your heart is open, and your emotions are aligned with health and goodness. Energy psychologists have shown that humans emit measurable electromagnetic fields. Our energy can literally be recorded. Different emotions generate different frequencies. Love, gratitude, and peace vibrate high, while anger, jealousy, and fear vibrate low. Pure energy is when you sustain those higher frequencies in your daily life. From an Eastern philosophical lens, pure energy is what's called a clear or tranquil mind. In Buddhism, it's the state where the heart is free from greed, hatred, and delusion, like a still lake reflecting the sky. In Confucianism, it is righteous energy, upright, sincere, and uncorrupted by selfish desires. In Taoism, it is Yuan Qi, the original vital essence. When it remains pure, both body and spirit thrive, and fortune naturally follows. Think about the times you've stood near someone whose energy felt peaceful and genuine. You may not be able to explain why, but you feel calm, safe, even uplifted. They don't need to boast or impress. Their mere presence brings ease. It's like walking into a bright, fragrant room filled with sunlight. You naturally breathe deeper and feel lighter. That's what pure energy is like, unseen, yet powerfully felt. I remember attending a conference once, where among hundreds of attendees, one elderly woman quietly sat in the back row. She didn't speak or draw attention, yet her gentle eyes and warm smile radiated serenity. Afterward, I learned she had devoted her life to helping the poor. The peace she emanated wasn't something that could be faked. It was born from a kind heart and decades of cultivating inner clarity. Pure energy doesn't mean never feeling sadness or anger. Everyone has emotions. Negative ones are natural, even necessary. What matters is how we handle them. A person with pure energy recognizes when they're falling into negativity, allows the emotion to pass, and doesn't let it turn into bitterness or hatred. It's like rain falling into a lake. Ripples appear, but soon the water becomes calm again. That's why some people remain composed in adversity. They don't let pain make them cruel. I once met a man who lost almost everything in bankruptcy, yet he remained grateful, thankful for his health and for another chance to rebuild. 2 years later, he restarted his business and succeeded beyond his past achievements. He told me something I'll never forget. I kept my mind clear, so my energy could stay pure enough to attract new opportunities. That was living proof of the power of purity. Both science and spirituality lead us to the same understanding. Pure energy is the harmony between wisdom and compassion, between awareness and goodness. It not only shapes our inner world, but also influences everyone we meet. When your energy is pure, you naturally attract better relationships. Opportunities align effortlessly with you. You recover faster from hardship. You inspire and uplift the people around you. This is the quiet magic of living with pure energy, a light that shines softly yet transforms everything it touches. And conversely, when your energy is clouded by selfish thoughts, jealousy, or words that hurt others, no matter how talented or capable you are, what you attract will always carry traces of negativity. That is why, on the path to happiness and blessings, the first step is not seeking outwardly, but cleansing inwardly, refining your own energy until it becomes purer day by day. In the following sections, we'll explore what causes our energy to become polluted and how to purify it. You'll see that pure energy is not something we are born with or can keep forever. It's a daily practice, a conscious choice we must make again and again. My dear friends, if pure energy is like a crystal clear spring, then polluted energy is a stream mixed with mud, debris, and waste. That stream no longer reflects sunlight or nourishes life. Instead, it becomes a breeding ground for harmful things. What's striking is that this pollution doesn't happen overnight. It seeps in slowly, drop by drop, through small daily influences, until one day we realize our inner energy has grown heavy and dim. The first thing that clouds our energy is prolonged negative emotion. Everyone feels anger, worry, or sadness at times. That's part of being human. But when we allow those emotions to linger too long, they turn toxic, not only damaging our spirit, but altering our entire energetic field. Remember, emotions don't just live in the mind, they leave traces in every cell of the body. Scientists have shown that chronic stress can disrupt hormone production, affecting both mental and physical health. I once knew a colleague who was brilliant at her job, but often brought her frustration home. A small conflict at work could make her irritable all evening. At first, she thought she was simply venting, but gradually, her home atmosphere grew heavy. Her children avoided talking to her, and her husband started coming home late. She didn't realize that each outburst was making her energy murkier and spreading that cloud to those around her. The second cause lies in negative words and thoughts. Have you noticed that when we constantly complain, criticize, or gossip, we tend to attract more things to complain about? From a scientific perspective, this is the brain's selective focus. Whatever we concentrate on, it amplifies. From a spiritual viewpoint, this is a form of planting bad seeds. Our negative words and thoughts are like seeds that eventually grow into unpleasant realities. I had an old friend who began nearly every conversation with, "I hate," "I'm so tired," or "bad luck again." At first, I thought it was just a habit of speech. But over time, I saw her life fill with obstacles, trouble at work, health issues, relationship conflicts. Whenever I suggested she change her perspective, she'd laugh and say, "That's just who I am." And perhaps because she held on to that "just who I am," her energy field grew darker and heavier. The third cause is our environment. We often think our energy is only affected by our inner world. But the truth is, our surroundings play a massive role. If you live or work in a space filled with noise, conflict, or negativity, your vibration will inevitably sink, often without you realizing it. That's why sitting near someone who constantly complains can drag down your mood, while entering a room full of laughter instantly lifts your spirits. I remember working in an office where blame and criticism were part of the culture. Every morning I arrived feeling burdened, and despite my efforts to stay calm, I could sense my energy dropping. It wasn't until I moved to a new team, where people listened, supported each other, and valued harmony, that I noticed the difference. My mind felt lighter, work flowed more smoothly, and life itself seemed brighter. The fourth cause is unhealthy habits. Poor diet, lack of sleep, little exercise. These don't just harm your body, they dull your energy. When the body is exhausted, the mind becomes anxious and reactive, lowering your energetic vibration. It's like a radio with static. Your signal becomes distorted, making it hard to attract anything good. Finally, the deepest cause of all is losing connection with oneself. When we live too long chasing external demands, work, responsibilities, ambition, we forget who we truly are and what brings us peace. This disconnection makes us vulnerable to comparison, competition, and the constant feeling of not enough. All of these are pollutants that cloud our energy. Our energy doesn't become impure because of a single burst of anger or one complaint. It happens when negativity becomes our default state. Each toxic emotion, harmful thought, or hurtful word is like a drop of ink in a glass of water. At first, the water still looks clear, but over time, it darkens, and the purity fades away. My dear friends, understanding what pollutes our energy is not about blaming ourselves or feeling guilty. It's about realizing that change is possible. Once we know where the stains come from, we can begin to cleanse them. And that is what we'll explore next. How to purify your energy so that the inner stream within you flows clear and vibrant again, strong enough to attract the most beautiful blessings into your life. If in the previous part we learned to recognize the causes of energetic pollution, in this part, I want to go deeper with you into how to cleanse and sustain that pure energy. Just like a garden, if you weed it once but stop caring for it, weeds will grow back. Our energy is the same. It needs daily tending, not just occasional cleaning when problems arise. The first and most essential step is to cleanse the mind through mindfulness. Mindfulness isn't a mysterious state. It's simply being aware of what's happening inside you. When you feel angry, notice that you're angry. When you feel sad, recognize that sadness. Awareness breaks the chain of reaction. In Buddhism, this is called observant awareness, seeing things as they are, without judgment or attachment. It's like watching dark clouds drift across the sky. You don't try to chase them away or hold on to them. You simply observe until they pass. I once practiced this approach while working with a team where one colleague often argued harshly. In the past, I would react and escalate the tension. Later, I learned to pause, take a deep breath, acknowledge my irritation, and choose silence or a slower tone instead. The result was remarkable. The tension eased, and I felt my energy stay intact instead of plummeting. The second way to purify emotions is through letting go. Holding on to resentment, disappointment, or jealousy is like keeping garbage in your house and expecting the smell to vanish. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or tolerating injustice. It means not allowing those emotions to control you. One powerful practice is writing down what's weighing on your heart and then tearing or burning the paper, symbolically releasing its hold over you. A friend of mine once lost a major promotion after being sabotaged by a coworker. For weeks, she carried anger, replaying the story again and again. But after she started meditating and keeping an emotional journal, she realized that resentment only drained her. One day, she wrote a letter expressing everything she wanted to say and burned it. From that day on, her energy shifted. Her smile returned, and within months, a better opportunity arrived. The third step is to strengthen positive energy through healthy living. The body is the vessel that holds your energy. If the vessel is unclean, even pure water becomes tainted. Getting enough rest, eating nourishing food, and exercising regularly may sound basic, but they are vital for maintaining energetic purity. Science shows that physical activity releases endorphins, hormones that elevate mood and reduce stress. When your body is balanced, your mind follows, and your energy vibrates higher, clear, light, and magnetic. These simple daily acts, mindfulness, letting go, and nurturing the body, form the foundation of an inner life that shines with purity and draws in abundance naturally. My dear friends, every morning I spend 15 minutes walking under the early sunlight. As I walk, I breathe deeply and take in the fresh air. On the days I do this, I feel I begin with far more lightness and clarity. On the days I skip it, my energy tends to be sluggish, and I get swept up by trivial things more easily. The fourth practice is keeping your living environment fresh and clean. The spaces where we live and work strongly affect our energy. Declutter. Remove what you don't need. Open the windows so light and air can circulate. Add a few plants or natural scents like essential oils or a gentle candle to create a sense of ease. Many people don't believe it at first, but reorganizing a desk or tidying a bedroom can clear the mind and make your energy feel lighter. I remember cleaning out my home storage room. Every time I walked past it before, the clutter gave me a feeling of pressure. After I finished clearing it, the open, clean space felt like a release inside me as well. It was as if I had thrown away emotional trash from my heart, and the empty space filled with fresher energy. The fifth practice is to connect with nature and other pure sources of energy. When we spend time near trees, rivers, the sea, or the mountains, we receive a natural healing. Many studies show that just 20 minutes in green spaces each day can lower the stress hormone cortisol and noticeably improve mood. Also, seek out people with positive energy to talk to and learn from. It's like sitting near a warm fire. You'll feel yourself warm too. Finally, and most essentially, cultivate gratitude and goodwill. Gratitude shifts your focus to what you have rather than what you lack, raising the frequency of your energy. Goodwill, acting for others without self-interest, is like a pure spring flowing from the heart, cleansing you while nourishing the world around you. I still remember being at a supermarket and seeing an elderly woman struggling to pack her groceries. I stepped over to help, such a small thing. When she smiled and held my hand to thank me, a warm current spread through my whole body. That day, everything went unusually smoothly. I believe it was the invisible reward for offering positive energy. My dear friends, purifying and maintaining pure energy isn't a one-time fix. It's a lifelong journey. Every day we have the chance to choose whether to keep our hearts clear or let them grow murky. Every word, every thought, every action contributes to the quality of the energy we carry. Start with the smallest things, stay consistent, and you'll find blessings arrive more often and more gently. If you find value in what I've shared, please save or like this video. Perhaps one day, when your heart feels unsteady, you'll open it again, and it will become an anchor that helps you hold on to your own pure energy. My dear friends, once we've cleansed and preserved our energy in a pure state, something wonderful begins to happen, and it happens naturally, without us forcing it. Just like a well-tended garden where flowers bloom on their own and birds and butterflies arrive by themselves, in life too. When your energy is clear and bright, blessings find you even if you never set out to attract them. The first change you'll notice is a mind that feels lighter and more at peace. This peace doesn't mean your problems vanish. It means they no longer stir you so deeply. When the heart is calm, the mind is clear. You see things more plainly, make wiser decisions, and your outcomes improve. Some call this luck, but in truth, it is the result of an inner life that has been purified. I remember a friend who opened a small cafe. She used to worry constantly about revenue and compare her shop to others. But when she began meditating, let go of the comparisons, and focused on serving each guest with kindness, she found herself growing happier day by day. Just a few months later, customers increased naturally. Many said they loved coming because the cafe felt gentle and serene. Blessings arrived not because she chased them, but because her energy had changed. When your energy is pure, your relationships become more harmonious. You'll find yourself attracting sincere, kind people, and conversely, toxic connections will drift away. This is the natural law of resonance. Like energies seek each other. If you carry positivity and goodwill, you will meet those on the same frequency, and you'll support one another's growth. Once I joined a short personal development course. There was a man in the class who was very calm, soft-spoken, but warm. Everyone felt comfortable around him. After the course, we stayed in touch, and he later introduced me to a wonderful collaboration. That was when I realized that major blessings sometimes come from small connections we never anticipated. In addition, when your energy is pure, both mental and physical health improve markedly. Numerous scientific studies show that positive emotion and a peaceful mind strengthen the immune system and help the body recover more quickly from illness. From a spiritual perspective, a bright, clear energy field acts like a shield, protecting you from much of the heavy air and misfortune around you. And it doesn't stop at personal benefit. Your pure energy radiates outward and brings blessings to others. When you bring peace into a conversation, the person across from you will feel lighter. When you offer a sincere word of encouragement, you might change someone's day or even their life. Blessings, when given, circle back, often in the most unexpected ways. My dear friends, we cannot control everything in life, but we can absolutely choose to keep our energy pure. When you persist in this, blessings flow to you like cool water to fertile ground. It isn't a random miracle. It is the natural outcome of living at a higher state. If what I've shared today is useful, I hope you'll subscribe so you won't miss future videos. And please don't hesitate to share in the comments how you maintain your pure energy. Your story may inspire someone who needs it. Remember, blessings are always nearby. They are simply waiting for us to keep our hearts clear enough to receive them. My dear friends, we've traveled a path together and discovered that the energy within each of us is the root of the blessings or the difficulties in our lives. The purer the energy and the clearer the heart, the wider, warmer, and more beautiful life becomes. This isn't an abstract theory. It's an experience any of us can feel if we're patient enough to tend to our inner world each day. Keep in mind, you don't need grand gestures. Every small, kind action, every bright thought, every gentle word, each one nourishes your energetic field. When you keep walking that path with consistency, blessings will come not only to you, but will ripple out to those around you, forming an ever-expanding circle of goodness. I am truly grateful that you spent your time listening and walking with me in this video today. Your presence is the motivation that keeps me sharing what is positive and meaningful. If you found today's content helpful, please subscribe, like the video, and share it with those you love. Together, we can spread more light and more pure energy, helping this world grow a little better each day. Wishing you and your family peace, health, good fortune, and abundant blessings. I look forward to seeing you in my next videos.